your future spouse through your nakshatra. As usual, check out my description box below. I've provided a link to calculate your birth chart. Here's how you can find your nakshatra. For example, in this birth chart, the 7th house is in Scorpio, so the Lord is Mars. So Mars here is placed in the 7th house itself. Click the next button until you found the nakshatra table like this. So your 7th house Lord is Mars, right? And Mars is placed in the 7th house. Scroll to the right a bit and you'll find it is in Jyeshta nakshatra. So if your 7th house Lord is in Swati nakshatra, your spouse could be someone who is attractive, someone who has a unique style. Maybe he has a unique taste in fashion. Maybe he loves the underrated fashion and he's doing it so well. And he is very charming. He has a magnetic charm. Maybe because of his fashion sense. Maybe because he chose to be rare and to be limited edition. So he became very unique and attractive and magnetic. And at the same time, he has a very creative communication style and he looks very youthful. His energy is very youthful. He loves to travel and he loves to travel to foreign places. And he is very adjustable, very friendly. So he can adjust himself in foreign countries, get a lot of friends from foreign countries. He loves a luxury and comfort life, but sometimes he can be a little bit arrogant. He has an interest in politics and psychology, and maybe he's working in the legal profession. And he is very diplomatic. He's the happy kind of person and very kind as well. He loves to have his freedom. He loves to be independent. So that's why I told you he loves to travel. Maybe he loves to travel alone. He loves to feel the freedom. But he is a very social kind of person. Maybe, like I said, he went to foreign countries and make a lot of friends, socialize. He loves to maintain balance in relationship. Equality is very important for him. There's no such thing like women shouldn't do this and men shouldn't do that. And he really, really hates criticism. So let's just stop ourselves from doing that. Now, if your 7th house Lord is in Vishakha nakshatra, so your spouse is a very focused, highly focused kind of person and living in a good life, maybe wealthy, and he is wise. He is the goal-oriented kind of person. He is very selective. He is sociable. He has a strong willpower. And like I said, he is very selective and sociable, but he does not forgive others. He is very honest and confident, but once you lie to him, he will never forgive you. He loves politics, and maybe he's a public speaker or a scientist with a sharp mind. Maybe he have gone through a lot of experiences in his life. So he learned through experiences and he has good wisdom. He is very attractive because he is very confident and he looks very courageous. He has a round face. He is very active, very healthy looking. If you're honest with him, loyal to him, he could be someone who is devoted to you. And both of you can have a great married life. Now, if your 7th house Lord is in the Anuradha nakshatra, so your spouse can have an attractive face. His face is, he looks pure-hearted. He's loyal, and he is the serious type of person, but with an innocent face. You could have a friendship marriage life. Maybe you marry your friend, or maybe you became your spouse's friend. Your spouse is someone who is devoted to you, and it's like a friend relationship between you guys. He has an interest in astrology, in spirituality, and he appreciates family life. But it's just that sometimes he can be a little bit secretive. Okay, this is quite interesting to me because this is about past life connection. I don't know why, but I feel like it's interesting. If you meet this guy, maybe you will feel like you've known him for so long. That's why your relationship is like a friendship. It's actually because you have a past life connection with this man. This person is also very logical. He has a strong willpower and he is very successful. He is spiritual and also passionate. One more interesting fact about this placement is that your spouse could be a foreigner or live in a foreign country, if that's what you're waiting for. Now, if it is in Jyeshta Nakshatra, your spouse could be someone who is serious looking. He's very serious. Maybe he is a bit controlling, dominant. I think he is an entrepreneur, and maybe he loves children and he's open-minded. He loves to pursue high status in life. He has the leadership quality. Maybe he is self-employed and he's the CEO of the company or the chairman. He has a strong personality and he's very wealthy as well. He loves to be respected and to be honored. He has an attractive personality. I don't know what's attractive in this guy, but I don't know. Be a philosopher and also very mature. He's serious and he's mature. I bet he's older than you. Or maybe he's younger than you, but he just looks very old. Or maybe he looks very mature. He do believe in occult and astrology and palmistry and also tarot reading, I guess. And he has a curious eyes, maybe a curly hair and athletic body. Well, if your 7th house lord is in Mula Nakshatra, your spouse really is a loving kind of person, very charming, and he is very attractive. Maybe he, has a past life connection with you. Maybe when you meet him, you'll feel like you've known him for so long. He is very spiritual. He hates lies, hates secrets. He's very attached to his birthplace. So I can say that maybe this person is a foreigner. Maybe he is an immigrant in your country. And when you meet him, he's gonna always say that he loves to go back to his country. So if you're married to this guy, you might even have to agree to a foreign settlement. This guy has a philosophical mind and he loves to think a lot. He loves to make a research. He's very curious in everything. He's a curious cat. He's very charming with a sharp eyes and pointed nose and also a slender body. He might be changing job a lot, maybe due to foreign travel or foreign settlement. Maybe in his life he's forced to go to foreign countries, so that's why he is attached to his own birthplace. I think maybe he have been suffering in his life before, maybe emotionally, but he's very loyal. He's like a baby. And he will be attached to you. You're gonna be like a mother. You're gonna take care of him. He could be a pharmacist or a public speaker or a spiritual teacher, spiritual gurus, or a philosopher, a professor. Now, if your 7th house lord is in the Purva Ashada Nakshatra, so your spouse can be someone who is very creative, very popular as well, maybe into very fond of fashion sense and adventurous, have a strong belief system, I guess. And he has a very beautiful eyes. He's very intelligent. He is quite mysterious and he's honest. Maybe you need to know him. You need to get to know him for him to open up. He is a good advisor, but he needs getting advice from other people. He can't accept criticism. He loves to travel to foreign countries, foreign places. He is very proud of himself. He's very faithful and humble. And he is optimistic. Maybe when you meet this guy, you're gonna realize that this person always brings you to the beach, to a swimming pool, to the lake, anything that relates to water. And when you married to this guy, you're gonna have a good married life. Because this guy, maybe he's doing foreign trading, maybe he's a writer or a traveler, so you're gonna travel a lot. And this guy is very good in communicating as well. He's a good advisor, so he can advise you when you need him. He's always be with you. Now, if it is in the Uttara Ashada Nakshatra, so your spouse can be someone who is very funny and sincere and very kind. Maybe he's a public figure and maybe he will be famous later in life. Maybe he wants to be famous. He's an actor, maybe the new actor, and he will be famous later in life, maybe 35 or 32. And maybe he is very good looking. He dressed very well. He has a good fashion sense. He has the leadership quality in himself. He's very strong willpower. And he has a very sharp mind as well. He's very skillful. He has the teaching ability. So maybe he can be a choreographer or maybe a film director. Anything that needs him to teach other people, maybe a vocal teacher, anything that related to artistic thing, maybe because he wants to be famous. And he may guide you, and because he has a teaching ability and he is a public figure, so he can be someone who preach a lot, because maybe he's famous in religion because he's very religious as well. I think maybe he's good in preaching about his religion and talk to foreigners about his religion. And he loves to help others. He's very honest, very sincere. He's funny as well. And maybe he's in the military or army. And your married life with this person is gonna be prosperous because this person is very kind and very pure-hearted. He helps people maybe through teaching, through preaching. So if your 7th house lord is in the Shravana Nakshatra, so your spouse can be very educated and knowledgeable, and he has an interest in art. He's very kind. He can be a therapist, a scholar, and he loves to travel. He loves to listening to music. He's a very practical kind of person. He has an attractive personality, and he's very helpful. He has a feminine vibe. He has a motherly vibe. He's very emotional and sensitive. He is a workaholic, and he's very serious about work, okay? But he is a good listener. He is religious as well. He likes to listening to songs, and maybe he can help you heal through songs. He loves to listen to you. He's a good listener. And he can give such a good advice because he is very knowledgeable and very helpful and a good listener, like I said. And He has an attractive personality. He has a slim body. He is very loyal and also very honest. If your 7th house lord is in the Dhanista nakshatra, so your spouse can be someone who is like a brother to you, who is very trustworthy. Maybe he's your friend, he's from your friend circle, that you see him like a brother to you and very trustworthy and very honest to you, and also you feel like this person is very joyful, maybe funny because he's your friend, you know him very well. Maybe he has a smiley face, he's very charming, and he's very charming, I mean, and maybe he is very courageous to you. He is strong-minded. He is very strong. You know, he has a strong willpower, and good in sports, and maybe intelligent as well. Maybe he's doing business. He could be doing business, and he's very workaholic. He is a bit heroic in person. Maybe because you think he has a brotherly figure in your life, so he's a bit heroic. Maybe if you haven't met this person, you will feel this way when you meet him, and you will know instantly that, okay, this is your man, this is the right one. And this guy can be rich and also materialistic a bit, but he loves to be happy. He loves a positive vibe, is very energetic and active, and maybe he will be in a high authoritative position. He may be working in the musical field. Maybe he can play musical instruments. He's good in sports, so he got a good body structure. He's very, good body structure. He can also be an engineer, or maybe a doctor or a sportsman. Sometimes he could have quite a temper. But the good thing is, he is very committed in the relationship. He's very committed towards you. If your 7th house lord is in the Shatabisha nakshatra, so your spouse can be someone who is very elegant. He has a serious look, he's very mature, and he's kind of mysterious. He loves mysticism, and he is an alcoholic, and that is not a bad thing. It's just that you can control him from being an alcoholic. But yeah, he is an alcoholic, and he can be harsh to you sometimes. Maybe he have been traumatized in his life before, and that's why he became who he is. But he is very kind-hearted, and he loves to help people. He will sacrifice himself for someone he loves and for other people without expecting something in return. He might be an astrologer, a researcher, or a doctor, because he's working in the healing field. But in order for you to get to know him and be in a relationship with him, you need to be friends with him and understand him, because he's very mysterious, he's very secretive, he's been traumatized in his life before, and that's why it's really hard for him to open up. He can gain a professional success later in life. He is very intuitive. He's the service-oriented. He loves to serve other people. Like I said, he loves to help other people. When I said that he loves to serve other people, maybe he can read astrology, for other people. He can do some research, and maybe a doctor, serving other people, serving people who are in need. And he is an overthinker. He is a heavy thinker. Being an alcoholic is something that he needs to control, and maybe if you can help him to control that, that is good. Now, if your 7th house lord is in Purva Nakshatra, so your spouse can be someone who is highly intelligent with a business mindset, and maybe he's doing business and in a high position, or maybe he's working in a government, and he is very innocent, very attractive as well. Sometimes he could be secretive. He's very spiritual, and he has a high imagination. He is very fortunate, and he can be your good luck. He can be your luck. He is very fond of materialistic happiness. He loves to guide other people, so maybe he is a leader in his job, and he is very philosophical. He loves to travel to long distance travel, for to another country or another city. He is also very pious and also live a long life. I just want to ask, do you really love to live a long life? Now, if your 7th house lord is in the Uttara Nakshatra, so your spouse can have a fluent in speech. Maybe he can speak a lot of languages. Maybe he's very good in communicating. Maybe he's working in the communication field. He has interest in astrology. He's very spiritual. He's very relaxed kind of person. He has to work in a relaxed job, in a very slow kind of job. Maybe he's a philosopher or a priest, because he has the calm appearance. He loves to gain knowledge, and he's very disciplined kind of person. Like I said, he's very calm. He hates to be criticized. He has an interest in astrology and also in occult science, like palmistry, tarot reading. He can be wealthy through gaining inheritance from his family. And the job that suits him is maybe a writer or journalist. And for him, equality is very important. But he's very nurturing. Maybe because of his calm appearance, he could be lazy as well. Or maybe he could be, people think that he's lazy. It's not that. It's just that he's very slow. Last but not least, Revati Nakshatra. Your spouse could be someone who is very artistic, very kind-hearted, and he loves animal. He's very empathetic. He's very protective towards animal, and he could be guiding people. He has the leadership quality. He loves to travel, so he could be pilot, a flight attendant, a stewardess, or maybe a cabin crew. He's very elegant, and he loves appreciation from others. And he has a beautiful heart, loves to go to the sea. Like I said, maybe he is a pilot, Anyways, he is very wealthy, maybe living a prosperous life, and he's very intelligent as well. He is very imaginative. He's good in communicating. Maybe he can speak multiple languages, and he is very attractive and responsible as well. All of these qualities are in a pilot and stewardess, a cabin crew. He has a good wisdom as well and very strong. And at the same time, he is very religious as well. So that is all. I hope you love this video, and if you love this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you on my next video. Ta-ta!